Adams. He's a former NU football player, NU graduate, academic All-American, academic All-Big 12. Started for the Huskers for 3 straight years, national championship year in 2002, and Big 12 championship in 1999. And he is here. I'm not going to say anything about the Blackshirts like I did on the FM this time, but he is here to talk to a bunch of elementary and high school children, in addition to the FCA tonight and a big doings over at the Mitchell Berean Church tomorrow night at 7:00. So.
Yes.
Welcome to the community.
Well, thank you. Definitely not a stranger, but definitely excited to be out here. And really looking forward to embracing the entire Panhandle community. As you mentioned, the Mitchell Berean Church are having a great event tomorrow evening. We have a ton of great auction items, but then also around 7:00, which is when the event will actually start. I'll be sharing my faith and my testimony and really giving people the opportunity to learn about my story, because I think as a former Husker, people get so excited about the Husker glory, but there's a story behind that, and really it's all because of my relationship with Jesus Christ, and would love for the Panhandle community to come out and come and support this event and the efforts that the Mitchell Berean Church are doing.
All right, very good. Now you also tell your story a little bit about going to Lincoln. Is that when you decided to accept Jesus Christ? Was it while you were in Lincoln, or was it before, or when did that happen?
Well, I was always, raised in the church. I was raised by my grandma and both of my great-grandparents, and, inner city, Palm of Arkansas. But really the story to get me here was Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ. And so having a relationship with Jesus Christ, believing his word, and just having the confidence allowed me to have the courage to come to the Nebraska football camp my junior year going into my senior year. And that opportunity is what allowed me to get onto Nebraska's radar. If it wasn't for that courage to step outside of, the norm that I was used to, Nebraska would have probably never have heard of me. So it was by coming up here to the camp, that's when Tom Osborne, put me on his radar, and they began to recruit me my senior year. Got that football scholarship, and then from there, came up here and helped the Huskers win the Big 12 championship. Went to the last national championship that I guess is in the record books, even though we lost. But I'm proud to say that we went to the Rose Bowl my junior year and did some other good things, but most importantly, the impact that I've made on the lives of youth during my time here.
Yeah, you're part of the Teammates Mentoring Program now, right?
Yes, this is another baby of Dr. Osborne's. Been around for almost 25 years, school-based mentoring program, and I spent a lot of time, really helping students get scholarships going to and through college. We serve almost 8,000 students. Maury Dinas is the Scotts Bluffs County Teammates Coordinator, does a great job with the matching and also finding volunteers to become mentors to our youth so that they can be winners, just like the football players learn how to be winners on the football field.
Yeah. And your experience, you coming from Arkansas, coming to Nebraska, like you said, that had to be you had to make a step forward and go, I'm going to do something that's kind of way out of my radar, right?
It was, definitely a big culture shock. But one of the things that I've learned, whenever you're a part of a team, that team becomes your family. And so the guys that I played with, guys like Keo Craver, DeMoine Gross, Eric Crouch, we all became a family. They became my brothers. And so with the help of FCA in college, I was able to have a foundation. I missed home, but, you learn how to have those Thanksgiving meals on the plane, and the Christmas in San Diego and Hollywood. And so,
that doesn't sound so bad.
But, just as a young player, definitely a lot of great memories. And now Nebraska is my home. My wife is from a small town in central Nebraska, Chapman, Nebraska. So when you marry a Nebraska woman, you're stuck here. So Nebraska is my home. I have a Nebraska license. It's official. I'm not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. You're not going back to Arkansas or any of that stuff.
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Okay, we'll take a break and talk more right after this.
Is your wireless computer network secure? With their years of professional service, you can trust Intralink's technical solutions to keep your small or medium business computer system up and running. Not having a secure wireless network can put your computers at risk. Call Intralinks at 632-6590 to have one of their highly experienced techs set up, troubleshoot, and secure your wireless network. For weekly tips and information, friend Intralinks on Facebook at intralinks.net/Facebook.
We are back on News Extra today. We have DeMoine Adams here, former Husker, is going to do some motivational speaking around our community, including over at the Mitchell Berean Church tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Robin Hoxworth is here with us today. So, Robin, kind of explain how this all came about to bring DeMoine in for your church, and then also for the FCA situation tonight and teammates and everything else.
All right. Well, our Mitchell Berean Church did a faith-based challenge to our congregation, and Joe Sherwood, the superintendent at Morrill, had the great idea to bring his faith forward and ask DeMoine to come out to speak to his students at Morrill, and then he wanted to share the wealth of having him in the area. So he has agreed to come to 2 of the elementaries in Scottsbluff. He's also going to the school in Mitchell and in Kimball. So while DeMoine's here, he's going to speak to some of our youth. Then we're going to have our big event on Thursday night at Mitchell Berean Church, and DeMoine has brought some wonderful items for a silent auction that'll start at 6 o'clock, and then he will be able to share his faith with as many people as we can possibly get to come into the church on Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
All right, very good. And the idea is to get as much money as you can out of some of these signed items, right?
Yes, all the proceeds will go back to the church to fulfill the faith-based challenge that Mr. Sherwood took on.
A few autographed football pictures by DeMoine. You got an autographed football by Coach Osborne. Also some signed copies of a picture with Coach Osborne and DeMoine. And maybe get the mic here to DeMoine a little bit. Talk about your cookbook. I thought your cookbook thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, Big Red Recipes, they got 46 former Huskers to showcase their cooking skills. And then basically the proceeds go to their selected nonprofit. So myself, guys like Bo Rude, Eric Crouch, Amon Green, we're all highlighted in this cookbook. My recipe is called Home Sweet Home Chicken Wings, which is what I like to call real barbecue. I think being in Nebraska, I have to remind people that, hamburgers and hot dogs, that's not a barbecue. Without barbecue sauce, chicken ribs, pork chops, you're really missing out. That's a backyard grill out if you just have hamburgers and hot dogs. You need some ribs and chicken, charcoal, wood. That's barbecue. So that's going to be one item that I'm going to be signing. But, for more details about that, I want to say everything is on the website. But really the goal is the efforts that the Mitchell Berean Church are making. I'm very humbled and privileged to be out here to share my faith and testimony, to let others know that it's all about the gospel. And despite, the sacks and the wins that I made as a Husker, none of that would have been possible if it wasn't for my relationship with Jesus Christ.
All right, partner. Very good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming.
Yes.
Appreciate you coming. DeMoine Adams. And like I said, you get a lot of opportunities to meet him. You can go to the FCA thing tonight, 7 o'clock at the Hampton Inn, or to the Berean Church tomorrow night, 7 o'clock over there. We thank them for coming in.